thing I want to talk about is what's on the thumbnail, because very seldom do I get to report good news. This is not usually a good news channel. How I wish it were. How I wish it were. I wish this was a good news channel. And oftentimes we do not get to report the good news, but there was some good fucking news today, guys. Another rapist is going down. It turns out this rapist has already been going down. And it turns out this rapist is going to go down again for more shit. I woke up and I saw the news and I'm like, oh, good. Harvey Weinstein again is being held accountable for the shit that he's done. And I think that it's important that we mark these W's when they come, because a lot of shit when the Harvey Weinstein stuff was coming out, it was a lot of people wondering why Bill Cosby and not Harvey Weinstein, why R. Kelly and not Harvey Weinstein. Well, look at the white folks holding their people accountable. I love to fucking see it. I love to fucking see it. And because Harvey Weinstein has had such a tremendous fall from grace, I think it's important to point out that, number one, that these additional convictions for rape, and I'm gonna get into the ins and the outs and the what have yous here very shortly, but for somebody of his stature, his prominence, his wealth, this doesn't happen. This is an anomaly. This is not the system working per se, because the system does not usually work like this. The system usually works in the opposite. People like Harvey Weinstein, with his wealth, his power, his influence, his prominence, his preeminence in his field. No, these people are very seldom held accountable. So this is the anomaly. This is not the norm that we're seeing for the way that the criminal justice system in America holds sexual predators accountable. So when it fucking happens, clearly by accident, right? Clearly this was by accident that this shit happened. I think it's important that we take a time to clap and to cheer and to boo hiss the predator as he is paraded through the streets. Hopefully, in my fantasy, people flinging filth upon him, with his walker, throwing shit right at Harvey Weinstein's walker. I would love to see it. I would love to see it. So, let me play a song for you. Okay, now it's not like a song in the traditional sense of like a song, but when I heard this song, I said, "Hey, I like that song." Do me a favor, Will. Pull up that clip. I think it's from the Variety magazine reporter, and it's a video clip. I think it's was it ABC7? I don't even think I credited it on the doc. Damn it! But you know what I'm talking about, right, Chief?
Yeah, it's Fox LA, right?
Thank you. It would be Fox LA. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So run that song for me, Will. Were we listening to this reporter from Variety magazine who had been covering the Harvey Weinstein, these latest proceedings in Los Angeles? As we all know, Harvey Weinstein had previously been convicted of rape in New York, where he had been doing some time. Love to see that. So this is a reporter recapping what he was convicted of in Los Angeles and the things that he was not convicted of. This was not a unanimous decision on these charges by the jury. It was a mixed decision. They were deadlocked on some things. But the big thing, they were certain that he was guilty of that. So let's take a look at this song. And I love this song. Listen to this.
And was Harvey Weinstein in there?
Hi, Alex. Harvey Weinstein was there today. He didn't have a huge visible reaction. A lot of people asked, was he shocked? Did he gasp? That did not happen. But I will say, from my perspective, you can tell that he looked defeated. He had his head in his hands. He was looking around the room. He was talking to his attorneys at one point. He didn't look happy. We'll say that is safe to have observed. And in the courtroom, there was really a flurry that happened when this verdict was called, because as you said, Alex, nobody knew when this was going to come. We were already on day 10 of the jury's deliberations. That's a very lengthy time, but keep in mind that there were 7 complex charges, 50 witnesses, 6 weeks of testimony to go through. So it was a long time to deliberate, but now that we saw this split verdict, we kind of understood where they were split on these charges.
And you kind of had a sense, the fact that it was taking so long, that they were probably split on something, or else it would have come much sooner. So what was your initial gut reaction after seeing it every single day? What came back?
You know, Jane Doe 1, who the 3 charges on which he were convicted, those 3 charges were tied to her. A lot of reporters in the courtroom, a lot of legal experts did think that she was the strongest witness on the stand, just based on the argument, based on what was said. A lot of people did feel that that was the most rock solid witness, and I think that that proved to be true with the jury's conviction. That was the first verdict that was read. So when that came out, my first reaction was, no matter what happens from here, the main headline is Harvey Weinstein is guilty. Yes, he was acquitted on 1 charge. Yes, there were 3 charges on which the jury was hung and the judge declared a mistrial. But any way that you slice it, you look at this, and Harvey Weinstein is now facing a maximum sentence of 18 to 24 years. He's 70 years old. He's already serving 23 years in New York. I think we can figure out what's going to happen with the rest of his life.
Spend the rest of his life behind bars.
I want to hear that song again. I love that song. What? He's already in his 70s. He's already serving a 20+ year sentence, and now he's facing more time in jail. Oh, Harvey. Oh, you get to smell the inside of that jail cell literally forever. Oh, man. See, I told y'all I had some good goddamn news today. I told y'all I had some good news today. And listen, let's be clear here. And to be clear, he deserves every single day, minute, second that he's going to spend in that cell. Do you guys know why? Because the shit that Harvey Weinstein has actually been convicted of is likely just a fraction of the shit that he actually did. It's a fraction. A fraction. This man was a straight up sexual predator menace in Hollywood for decades. It is likely that he either assaulted or coerced sexual contact and sexual favors from actresses for decades. I'm sure that number's in the dozens. It wouldn't shock me if it was in the hundreds. The hundreds. And he's went down for rape in New York and now has gone down for rape in Los Angeles. And I assure you, it is but a mere drop in the bucket for the amount of people that he's harmed and the amount of harm that he has caused in totality. So to see him specifically go down in such spectacular fashion, kids, I don't know if we're going to see this again. So I think it's important that we relish it while it happens. Because as we're seeing in different scenarios, you guys know I covered the Tory Lanez trial for him shooting Megan Thee Stallion. Y'all seen how these motherfuckers is out here carrying on social media. It is never a guarantee that the perpetrator, the offender, the abuser, it's never a guarantee that that person is ever going to go down, that the criminal justice system in any meaningful way is going to hold that person accountable. So when it happens to Harvey fucking Weinstein, I love to see it. Now, I'm sure there are some that would say, Harvey might be the sacrificial Jew. Ain't that some shit? they sent this man first day on Hanukkah. Well, good, put him down. But anyway, when are the Anglos going to go down? When are the top tier whites as whiteness goes? And that's not my characterization. Well, that is how I look at it as a person from the outside looking in. I'm like, oh, they got a hierarchy within the whiteness. Yes. And unfortunately, the Jewish people they don't come in top tier with the whites. So they get, sometimes the non-white treatment. he's definitely getting they sentencing him like black man, Jesus, putting him under the jail, giving him all the time, right? So when we see things like this, I'm always glad.